Hello, hello. Going live randomly, y'all. So I'm gonna give it time to send out all the notifications. I'm driving into town, which is usually about 30 minutes, sometimes 40. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go live. So I'm gonna wait because there's nobody in here yet. So I'm just kind of talking to myself. Um, so yes, it's always a struggle to have to go live to drive into town. Always kind of dread it. So I was like, oh, at least I'll have somebody to talk to, whether it's just the live cam or what. So y'all definitely say what's up when y'all come in, driving into town. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Y'all, I was like, let me go live because one, I'm so close, so close to being monetized, and all of my YouTube buddies, Casey, you need to go live more, and I'm like, oh, I know. Um, so I was like, okay, random live, let's drive in because it's the town that I'm going into is Milledgeville, and it's about 40 minutes away. So depending on where I'm going in Milledgeville, um, it can take up to even 45 minutes. And it's all country back roads. Well, it says it says a main road, but it's a country back road. So, yeah, I'm gonna turn y'all around in the camera. I'm gonna see if it'll let me do it while I'm live. And then when people pop on in, I can turn back around. Let's see. Would it even let me? Is it gonna let me do radio while I'm on here? No. So, still waiting for it to go out because nobody's in. Definitely, if you're in, say hellos and that thumbs up. I'm just doing a random live, y'all, as I'm driving into Milledgeville, talking about stuff that's happening this week, stuff that I've done that you'll probably see in a video. Hey, Ronnie, don't get lost. Yeah, no, it's literally even me, who is terrible with directions, can't get lost. It's literally a straight shot to Milledgeville. It's one road. It's just a long. It seems like it's a long drive, even though if I think about it, um, it's when I was living in Atlanta, everything was kind of 20, 30 minutes away too. Well, the bigger the cities to get to from where we lived in a town called Tucker. So it's kind of not that far, but Milledgeville is the one where all the grocery stores are. We have a grocery store in Sparta, but it ain't nothing. It's terrible. And I ain't gonna call them out on YouTube Live, but it's ain't worth it. It's expired food. The produce is terrible, and we don't even get produce there because we grow our own. Um, but yeah, so I wanted to first talk about and kind of like vent on camera because most of y'all know, beginning of this year, I put out a video um, talking about that I am starting the foster to adoption journey this year. Now, listen, y'all, I submitted information yesterday, yeah? And one of the first kind of steps that they require um, soon to be foster parents to do is to attend a live like orientation, informational meeting, that kind of stuff. So I wanted to kind of set up and get a time to do that. So I emailed, and some of the questions that they ask you are like, uh, what's your age range for kids and how many and that kind of stuff. And I've always said that my age range for wanting to adopt is, infant to 5 years old, 5 years old being the oldest. Um, and I have to say that the person that emailed me back was a little sideways, a little, I don't want to say rude, but a little short. And it was very disheartening to get that email back. So basically, from what they said, is there's not anyone in that age range that is looking to be fostered or adopted, which makes it's very hard for me to believe that. But I'm not going to argue with somebody that actually works for the company. So basically, I'm kind of checking out other options now. It's definitely going to be a long kind of year of this process. Um, And I'm looking now to see if you can foster to adopt out of state. I'm in Georgia, so I'm going to kind of reach out to kind of the bordering states, which is South Carolina and Alabama for sure, and see if that's even possible. Because one of the reasons that I wanted to foster before adopting is because we all know adoption is ridiculously expensive. It's ridiculously expensive. And it's sad that it is that much when you're trying to find good homes for the kids, and the families are having to put anywhere from 20 to 25 to $30,000 into just legal fees for adoption. And it was very disheartening to see that that was kind of only my option from what this person said in the email. And they don't going to call anybody out or post any of that kind of stuff. But looking into the fostering through Georgia was disheartening. One of the things that the person said in the email was that they are looking for more teenager foster families and more like multi-sibling, which I said in the email, listen, I'm okay with multi-siblings. I don't want to split up a family. Never would want to do that. But I don't think that person quite understood what I was trying to say. And my phone's dying as I'm driving through the little small town. Hold on. Let's see what does that. Come on. There we go. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of an update on the fostering side of stuff. I don't know if you can see me behind me. I'm going through downtown Sparta, which is the town where I live. It has so much potential and it's so cute. Um, we just need, to find to bring people to Sparta. But yeah, it's cute. Leaving it now, heading to Milledgeville. But yeah, that was my little update on the fostering stuff. Is now I um, need to look into if you can foster to adopt. Oh, I didn't finish what I was saying. Fostering to adopt. One thing that I had learned with the legal fees is if you fostered a child for 6 months, then the state where you live would waive certain adoption fees. Not all of them, but some. Hey, 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 thanks for coming in. So that was one of the reasons that I wanted to foster to adopt. Listen, it takes a lot of reflection and prayer to get to the mindset of where I was to open my heart and my family and my house up to wanting to bring children in into my house, and to get the email that I did from a state rep, not really, they're not a representative, they're a state worker, was disheartening. But that is why I was wanting to foster to adopt, because this person said they don't, in the state of Georgia, do the fostering to adopt kind of thing. You're either fostering because the family is going to be put back with their biological family, or you're adopting. So my next goals now is to reach out to bordering states to see if it is possible to foster to adopt from those. Was to work with. So we'll see. And if not, my next kind of goal is looking into adoption, because I am getting any younger and I want to have kids. And with adoption, I'm looking into grants and that kind of stuff that would assist with the financial fees that come along with adoption. So definitely stay with me on that, because I'll be posting and doing lives every once in a while on that. Maybe just focus on your home side. I am, yeah. No, I kind of planned this year to be prepping for that. Like I knew I wasn't going to do any fostering or adopting this year. Even with the fostering, it's about a 9-10 month process of getting like background checks and certified and taking the classes and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of planned to finalize my homestead and stuff that I really needed this year and get the process going. So yeah, I do. Again, it's just that I know I'm not old, but I'm older. I'm getting older, and I want to have kids before I'm like 50. Yeah, maybe. Right. No, I need to. I want to reach out to different ones because let me tell you, the state of Georgia, and look, I said I wasn't going to bash anybody on the live, but the state of Georgia has nothing going for it. I'm sorry. I don't even know why I even stayed here when I decided to move to a homestead, but we did because it was more convenient. Um, but the state of Georgia, one, has some of the toughest rules. The county that I moved in has some of the highest taxes. Um, really, no job opportunity. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot, and kind of when I'm reflecting back on the year, I'm like, maybe you should have switched up that state there, buddy. But who knows? Yes, and I do. I do. I want to have a family. I still am. I talked on the video my farmhouse, which is a 100-year-old farmhouse. Here we go. Okay, I'm back. I think. I hope. But no, the dining room was the biggest. I was like, especially since I want 3 kids, um, that would be the best place um, to have the kids' bedrooms. So that's what we're doing is basically the room that was the guest room, which is where mom is staying as of right now while we are planning out her portion of the land and getting her house built. She is in the guest room, which we have moved back to what was my office, which a video will come out tonight on that. And my desk and stuff has moved into my bedroom, which I have to say, I actually prefer it in there um, better than I did in a private office. And where the guest room is right now, that has one of the fireplaces in it, will be the dining room. So it all will make, um, but I wanted this year to prep it and get ready to have kids or even start the process of kids because fostering to adopting, all of that kind of stuff. And that is especially even with siblings, you can have no more than 3 children of the same sex in a room. So, with me only having one open guest room right now, once mom goes to moves into her part of the homestead, it will be 2, but that's not happening anytime soon. I wanted to get that was so good. I wrote this pros and cons of boys and girls was like, I don't want to do it. I'm kind of preppy, learning new kid-friendly recipes that are healthy and stuff that I can, and looking because even when I'm 100% self-sustainable off my homestead, so that is one of the things I was looking into. Like, I did a video a while back, and I'll probably download it and upload it again. Is I made homemade Lunchables. They were so good. So that was one of the things I was like, I know me as a child and a lot of my friends' kids love those Lunchables. Um, and with the Lunchables, they have so much preservatives. I was like, I know that if you look at it, you're like, okay, I know that I could make this healthier. So that's what I did. Another thing that I know kids love is the juice boxes and those Capri Suns, especially down here in the South. Everybody talks about them Capri Suns. And I was like, I know, because I have fruit trees. I know I can make it healthier. And there's lots of packing equipment now or reusable, like like the bags that you put the juices in. I even saw a video where a woman made adult-friendly, like frozen margaritas in those bags, and thought it was nifty. I'm just saying. So that's another thing that I'm learning. Um, but yeah, I'm still prepping my homestead as if I have children. One big thing is homeschooling. Our county where I live has absolutely horrible schools. Horrible school system. Wouldn't in a million years put my children in the county schools where I live. And I guess I probably should have looked at that before I moved, but I didn't because I kind of knew that I wanted to homeschool my children anyways. We do have a private school in the county where I live, but why pay for a school when you're already paying for public school, kind of thing. So I can't grasp the thought of me paying even up to $10,000 a year more than what I'm paying. You remember my Lunchables? Yes, I want to try some other different ones now since yeah, I don't know how many people are fans of Lunchables, but they had like a deep dish Lunchable with a pizza. I loved the pizza Lunchables, and so the pizza Lunchable thing was I was really trying to create those for real, for real. Now the ones that I made before, they were a lot thicker than the crust that you get in the pizza Lunchables. So I want to kind of hone in on that. Now that I've honed in more on my bread making and crust and tortilla making skills, I want to try it again. But yes, so going on and blah blah blahing about that. I just wanted it to be a quick little blub, and that is my fostering to adopt journey. Another journey that I may share, may not, I don't know, but I've opened my mind to it, is my love life. A lot of people have asked me about my love life and asked me about this. No, I am not. Um, this is a ring through my faith, which is a born again to Christ, and pledging myself to Christ until I am married. So that may be another kind of um, journey that I take y'all on this year. And so, lots going on. And y'all know I'm starting the meat business this year. We actually had our little farm meeting of what the process is going to be. This year is definitely going to be a lot smaller than going forward. It's kind of the building year, I think. Which, again, is kind of the story of my life for 2024. It's the building year. I've been at the homestead now almost 2 years. We've stayed the animal journey, and now we have to build to get into the meat side of stuff. And when I say the meat side of stuff is I need hens to produce eggs for those eggs to be fertile. Because I do have a rooster. I have one rooster. His name's Andy. He's the sweetest. So I, for any of those that have followed me, this year I purchased 12 straight run chicks from a friend. One passed, so I had 11, and out of the 11, 4 of them were hens, which was a bummer. So then one of my friends reached out to me and said, "Hey, I have 3 Easter egger hens. Do you want these 3 Easter egger hens?" I said, "Yes, would love them." Got those. Turned out 2 of them were roosters. So one of my other rooster, I have that rooster. All the other roosters I got rid of and put the Easter eggers together. Now, I definitely know that I will be getting fertile eggs from Angel, who is in the coop with Andy, our Easter eggers. But I have tried multiple times putting the 4 other girls with Andy and Angel, and my 4 other girls are gangsters, honey. They just mean as they can be to the roosters. But now that he has started crowing and started showing some dominance, I'm going to try it again so that he can establish himself as the head honcho. Because I need fertile eggs. Because fertile eggs mean babies. We're just going to make it nice and simple. So one of the things that I am doing this year is I am going to be reaching out to the Naked Gardeners, Tori Ann and Sydney. We had them on a podcast, and I adore them. They are so knowledgeable. They're so funny. They're just amazing people, and they raise American breasts. And that's what I had wanted for my meat birds and for layers as well, because they're a very good dual-purpose bird. Now, even with purchasing those, I will not have eggs that I can then incubate, that I can then raise for meat birds this year. So what does that mean? That means Casey has to order Cornish cross, which y'all know I'm not a super fan of Cornish cross because they're not self-sustainable, but what can you do? So I'll be getting Cornish cross for meat for my family this year, and then we will be selling some fertile eggs, turkey eggs, because again, I only have one female hen, and her name is Princess, and I have my Tom, Big Daddy, and they are definitely fertilizing eggs right now. Now she hasn't started with her eggs, but they are doing the deed probably twice a day. So I will be getting probably about 7 of her eggs incubated, along with 12 that I buy, and those will be ones that I sell through the meat program. But when we were sitting down, I'm like, I can't keep buying eggs year after year. So all of the hens from both what I'm incubating chick-wise and turkey-wise will go back to my breeding stock. So that may bring down the amount that I have for sale. So it was a good little math project for us to sit down and be like, okay, how many will we have to sell? How many, and this is of all the chickens and turkeys survive hatching and survive, I think it's 4 or 5 weeks. Monica told me if you can get them past that, then they're turkeys. They're usually in the clear, because my turkeys, bless their hearts, they were about as dumb as dirt. And out of the 7, I bought 7 turkeys from that same friend who gave me the chickens. One passed, and out of the 6, I had 1 girl. So I got rid of 4 of the other toms because they were starting to like brawl, like throw down. So not the best year for hens for me, but I'm hoping this year is going to be my girl year. I'm having a bunch of girls. But that being said, that's why it's going to be my building year, because all the girls I will probably keep. I'm probably going to keep 1 more tom, because I have another spot that I'm going to be having some of my breeding turkeys. So I will do a tom and probably 3 hens in that pen. And then I will have, I'll probably add 1 or 2 hens to my pen that Princess and Big Daddy are in. All of my American breast hens I will keep. I will keep the strongest, the biggest looking rooster, and all the other roosters from that batch will go in with my Cornish cross to be processed for meat from me. I will be incubating some of Angel's eggs, and I am to probably order some Leghorn hens to bulk up my egg laying group, because I want eggs for me and my family and for baking. I don't want to have to purchase eggs. So that's what I'm going to be doing for that. And I'll keep all of the hens out of what I hatch from chicken eggs, which is I have a mix, so it'll probably be a farmyard mix. But out of the batch that I hatch will be all the hens I'll keep for egg laying, and all the roosters will join all the other roosters of the American breast and the Cornish cross, and those will be meat for me. Because, rooster meat, if it's not a meat bird, is usually not that juicy and tender, but it's great to have. It's great to have meat for shredded tacos or that kind of stuff, and that's what I'll have. So, all right, y'all, driving into Milledgeville now. It's probably been about 30 minutes. And what am I doing in town, you may ask? Well, I am trying to find a serving job 1 or 2 nights a week to bring in a little extra income over the winter when stuff is not making money. Farmers market kind of died off pretty heavily, y'all. Anybody that knows me personally knows my thoughts on how that happened with the farmers market not making that great of money this year. But I have to find other ways to bring a little bit of money. Server for many, many years. So if I can find a job for like 1 or 2 nights a week to just bring in a little extra money, all will be well. All will be good in the hood. And I can keep living where I'm living. So I'm going to get off here now because I'm going to start Googling restaurants and just going in. So y'all pray for me that I find some serving job. I hope everyone is having a wonderful week so far. Thank you for tuning into this live. Again, I did this live because I am so close to monetization on my channel. So please share this live if you can. Help me get to this last little 100 watch hours. And I will see you on my next live, which will be Monday, which will be a full live. This was just while I was driving in. So thank you, everybody who watched. I love all of y'all, and have a great week, and y'all be blessed.